Hello, good evening, and welcome to our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals and journaling, and just about anything, and indeed everything that has to do with fountain pens and keeping you inspired. So welcome to you, the best and the brightest audience in all of fountain pen community land. I'm very happy to have you. I'm your humble host. I have a very interesting show for you this evening. We have a lot to cover in our short 60 minutes or so together, including the Montblanc 149. And is it worth $1,260 at the moment? No. End of show. No, just kidding. I'm going to argue both sides, as I often do on these issues. And as I always present these things, these are sort of mind exercises. They're new perspectives and ways to think about things. So you may agree with me in many regards, and in many other regards think I am wrong. And when I am wrong, or even when you agree with me, feel free to jump in the chat and let me know. And if you're watching the replay or listening to the podcast here on YouTube, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of my perspectives and what I could be doing that you'd also love to hear about. I do love coming live each Tuesday night as I do. And there is another thing I also want to cover this evening. So we're going to speak at length about the Montblanc 149, and we're going to jump in very quickly because there is so much. Also want to talk about Kirk Spear. Do you guys know Kirk Spear from Pen Realm? Kirk Spear is a lovely guy. One of the nicest people I know in the whole fountain pen world. And has helped me with other pens. He's really talented. Well, he is coming to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I believe, and I might not quite have these dates right, but I believe it's April 17th and 18th. And he will be at the Paper Mouse in West Newton, here in the beautiful Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So why is this important? Well, a few things. One is I will be there. I almost forgot to book my spot, but I did book a spot at the last minute, got one of the last spots. So I will be at the Paper Mouse around 3 o'clock on Saturday. Believe it's April 18th. So if you'd like to meet me and you're in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that weekend, 2026, say hello and see which pens I'm getting fixed. I'm going to show you the two that I'm thinking I'm going to take with me. There's room enough for two pens. I'm going to kind of show you what I have in mind for my appointment with Kirk Spear, a friend of mine. So that'll be super fun. Now I'm going to tell you what else I have for you, but I do want to recognize a super chat because I do appreciate them. They help to keep the lights on. So thank you to MPJS with a 30 super chat. Thank you so much. Hi, Tim. The price increases made me feel expelled from the Montblanc house. I don't blame you for that. I mean, that's one of the things we're going to cover this evening, and I appreciate your kind and generous support, so thank you very much. We'll talk all about Montblanc, and is it worth it for those stratospheric prices that they are asking. And I'm also going to tell you why I was inspired to do this. And then the last thing, which I'll probably work in during the night, is that I have a whole bunch of stuff to open and unbox from Appleboom. Appleboom Pennon. Yeah, I love Yoast. You guys know I do. Appleboom. He sent me a box full of stuff. Lots of stuff. So we can unwrap this during the night. It'll be sort of like a birthday or Christmas while we discuss other topics. So that's coming up too. So Kirk Spear, Montblanc, and Appleboom with a generous, lovely care package. I have no idea what's in here, but it's a lot of stuff, so it should be a lot of fun. Okay, another super chat from the mighty Socrates 0603 1999. Thank you very much. I mailed my first 3 pen pal letters today to the UK. It took me 3 months to getting to this point, but it unlocked so much for me. Fountain pens have become life. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Socrates. I do appreciate it. Really appreciate the support, and you do remind me that I should bring up something about the pen pal group. Some of the European members are feeling lonely, fellow American pen pal writers. We have a pen pal group. If you join the channel, there's a join button here on YouTube. If you join at either Illuminati or Cognoscenti levels, there's a pen pal group where you can speak to other members of the channel. And I write letters as well. I don't get as much chance to as I would like, but I do as many as I can. And I always send out a welcome letter. So if you join the channel, and if you're in Europe or here in the UK, no, I'm not in the UK, or in the UK, US people sometimes splurge a little. I know it costs about $4 to send a letter over to our European friends, but it's nice to really learn about another country and some other fountain pen fans from somewhere else. See what kind of pens they're into. Even their cursive is a little different than ours. It's a lot of fun. There's some lovely European members out there. I cheat, okay? Because a lot of you send me free postage, which I appreciate. A lot of your letters will have a book of stamps in it, and some of them are international forever stamps, so I appreciate that. So I know I'm a little hypocritical, but I do appreciate it. So I do send letters overseas, and if you think of it, please do. So it would be very nice. Okay, Socrates says it's $1.70 to send a letter from the UK to the UK from Seattle. So there you go. So not so bad. Maybe my postage is off. Somebody said it was like almost $4, so I just took them at their word. Okay, a few things I want to mention. New sweatshirt, guys. I went to Newport this weekend. Had a lovely time. It was Imogen's birthday, so we had a blast. We were at the pool quite a bit. We went shopping. I was good. I only bought this, but it's retro. I love retro style sweatshirts. And took Imogen for her Sephora shopping spree. She had a blast. We went and had some excellent food at some fantastic restaurants. So had a blast in Newport. You'll see some B-roll from Newport coming up. It was Valentine's Day, and I want to share with you this quote from a poem from Spike Milligan, a UK comedian and writer. I really like this, and I'll try to do it justice in my horrible accent, but it goes like this. If I could write words like leaves on an autumn forest floor, what a bonfire my letters would make. If I could speak words of water, you would drown when I say I love you. So I really like that. I mean, I wouldn't want to drown my wife, but I do have a lot of love for her, so I get the emotion. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Also, I saw a new pen out there, the Mythos in Hades. I think I already mentioned it, but it's one of those things I'm tempted, very, very tempted. And 2 other quick things. I'm kind of at 90 miles an hour tonight. I hope you guys can keep up. I hope I'm not going too fast. But I did want to mention that Ghost Cat is back. Ghost Cat, as you know, I have a ghost cat in my house. Not this one. I appreciate you sending this little ghost cat. But I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in anything supernatural. But there does appear to be a ghost cat in the house. And sometimes it's not around. But we've been hearing it as if the cat's walking, and it's not. The cat's actually in our bed, and the cat reacts to it too, which is very strange. So Ghost Cat is indeed back. And also in the haunted happenings, I have a door here and it's squeaky. I keep my door squeaky. I see it as extra security. We have surveillance cameras outside, so I get these little notifications when something's moving around. It's usually a deer, but I always lock the doors. I'm from Philadelphia, so I'm not that trusting. And my wife and I are watching television. We hear the door squeak open, and it just opened on its own. So can't figure that out. I guess we left it unlocked. Kind of weird. But okay, there we have it. Let's recognize the super chat, and then we'll get into opening something, which will be a lot of fun. Robert Koch Jr., 8325. Hello. $5 super chat. Thanks so much. Thanks, Timothy. Don't forget that Bruce Lee stamps go on sale tomorrow. I know. Wow, Bruce Lee stamps, right? You know me and Bruce Lee. Be like water. He's one of my favorites. Big part of my childhood was training in martial arts. I was a very lonely kid. And the thing that kept me going was martial arts, comic books, and Doctor Who. Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor. That's what kept me alive as a kid. And Star Trek, of course. Last year's video were my 5 picks of affordable gold nibs for $200. I hope you caught it. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast making it. I rewatched it. I enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, do check it out. This is a time of year, again, where YouTube gets quiet. Just this week, really. It's funny because it gets quiet at Christmas, and then January is usually ramping up and looking fun and rolling along. And it's February vacation week. Everyone disappears this week. But I'm here doing the show. The video this week is a review of my desk. It's a cozy desk review, how I organize it, what I think of it, and it's 1 year on. What do I think of the desk? And I have some comments about that next week. So more desk stuff soon. So yes, interesting stuff. Let's open a box from my friend Yost. Appleboom, shall we? Oh, it's upside down. I love how they send things like little presents. And I brought a special knife for a special occasion. This is a mini CQC, one of my favorite pocket knives. Very slicey, dicey, beautiful blade. Should do the job. Cut away from yourself always. So this is exciting. I have no idea what this is. Wow, this wrap job is really nice. Very nice. Okay. I bet it's a pen. Ooh, wow. The Pelikan. Oh, Pelikan pen. Very nice. What do we have here? Ooh, an M805. Wow, 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 wow. 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 That's insane. Huh. This is, wow. Look at that, huh? From the mighty Yost Appleboom. Appleboom pens. I'm having trouble opening this because I'm being very careful. I remember it being funky. Ooh, I love when there's pen sleeves. Wow. Look at that, huh? That's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Kind of metallic. Huh. Wow. Pretty, huh? What do you guys think? Beautiful. Nice weight to it. Nice. Pelikan, guys. I love adding to the flock. I highly recommend it. Looks like it's a fine nib. 18 karat gold nib. And to everyone who says that expensive pens don't come in plastic, they do indeed. They seem to all come in little plastic sleeves. Okay, so pretty nice, huh? You'll get a full review of this on the channel shortly. So that is a lot of fun. Wow, gorgeous. Thank you, Yoast, with the impressive Pelikan M805. Wow. That's a lot of pen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm always humbled by the greats. And Pelikan is a great. Okay. Set that aside. And let's get into Kirk Spear and what I'm thinking of bringing, because it makes for a nice transition. So when I see Kirk Spear, I'm thinking of bringing my own Pelikan M600 made out of turtle. This is made out of real red turtles. No, of course it's not. It's called red tortoise, though. And it's a very beautiful pen. It's an M600. Oh, I think I have ink in here. The problem with this one is that it's never really written that well. Oh, it's just dirty. It's just a little dirty, guys. It's never really lived up to full-on Pelikan the way that my other ones do. So I am thinking of both having this nib repaired, but going... Wow, I really messed up my finger. Going a step further. Oof, this is really ugly, guys. I don't know what I did with this, but sorry, I'm looking for a more heavy-duty cleaner. I'm thinking of turning it into a cursive smooth italic because I love the way Kirk does it. He does cursive smooth italics better than anyone that I know. So there we have it. Oh, that's dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. But so I'm going to take this one, the M600, to get fixed. Special edition red tortoise. Tortoise. I want this to be a full-on Pelikan, as brilliant as the other. So this is one of the ones I'm thinking of bringing. And so is this. This is an Aurora Optima in... It's the O Sole Mio, and it's in, what is it, Adelaide? I always forget how to pronounce it, so feel free to make fun of me in the comments. It won't be the first time. This is an interesting pen. It has a hidden reservoir. Well, not so hidden. It's got this reservoir that you can see. It's got a piston fill. It's a beautiful gold nib. I believe it's 14 karat gold. It's got an ebony feed, and I'm pretty sure, I forget if the nib unscrews or if the section unscrews so that you can clean it. I haven't really played with this in a while, but this is another pen that just doesn't write that well. And I'm either thinking of having this turned into something interesting, like a cursive smooth italic, or just having it fixed so it writes better. It's a beautiful pen, and it's a shame. I bought it myself. You know, I spent my money for it, and it never lived up to my hopes and dreams, and I haven't used it all that much. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous pen, and an interesting pen, and I never really delved deeply into it. So I have a lot to learn about it, but I'll feel a lot better once it's fixed. So this is going to Kirk Spear. So the Aurora Optima and the Pelikan M600. What do you think? Are these good choices? Do you think smooth cursive is the way to go? I'm thinking it is. Let me know in the chat or the comments. I would appreciate it. Let's open something else, Shall we? I think we should. Okay. Another box. What can it be? The suspense is killing me. I hope it will last. Okay. From the lovely, talented Appleboom. Look at this wrapping job, guys. That's next level talent. Look at that. Very impressive. I bet this is a pen, but which I know not. But I shall. Look, I'm cutting toward myself very bad. I will soon. Uh-oh, I have a sense I know what this is. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. The venerable house of Waterman. Oh, yes. If you know me, you know I love Waterman. Wow, 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 wow. So what have we here? Ooh, oh my, oh my, 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 my. Oh, oh my. Oh, yes. Yes. It's even aligned. Fantastic. This, if you haven't figured it out, is the absolutely amazing, gorgeous opera edition Carene from Waterman. One of the most elite, most choice, most luxurious and perfect fountain pens that I could ever envision for myself or for you. This is elegance to the next level. Shiny gold plated cap with an interesting, I believe they call this their heritage pattern. These, if you look closely, it's Waterman. What do you see? It's a wave pattern. Yes, it's W's for Waterman. Beautiful clip, beautiful speedboat shaped pen, beautiful shiny, shiny resin. It's a cartridge converter. Sometimes they're cheap and they don't give you the converter. This time they do. So it has a converter. It's basic, guys. The converters are kind of garbage, but they're fantastic pens. In the 1990s, you got a high quality converter. Some of them were made out of really strong metal and even glass. Now they're just plastic. It does make them lighter, but I don't want to go off on a tangent here because this is a gorgeous God tier fountain pen. Beautiful, shiny gold. Carenes are next level. This is an absolutely amazing fountain pen. And it's interesting that we're going to be speaking about luxury pens because to me, this is all the luxury I personally need. I don't tell you what you need, and I don't expect to be bound by the things I say I need because my needs change. Time goes on, seasons change, and so do I. But if I'm being honest, the most enjoyment I get out of my fountain pens is with my Carenes and my other Watermans, my experts, things like that. This is gorgeous. I don't know how much this costs off the top of my head. But you don't have to get it in a special edition. You can get one of these for around $260 something now. I believe it's $266. They were $217, but they went up because tariffs and inflation in the United States is running rampant. So it's just how it works. You get higher prices, especially for things that come from places like France. Really good stuff. And so this is now more money. But $266 for a basic one is brilliant. I highly recommend it. I adore that pen. Thank you, Yost. Gorgeous. Gorgeous to share with you. Stunning. Stunning pen. As pretty as anything. Sincerely. Okay, let's talk a little Montblanc, and then I'm going to open some more stuff. Okay? A little Montblanc. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a pen. I don't know if you're familiar with this pen. Yeah, I'm sure you are. It's the Montblanc 149. This is the one I bought in Paris last summer. I bought it for about half the price of what it goes for now, $1,260. What made me think of this video today is that I watched a short on the Montblanc 149, and they were talking about their new marketing, the flame. They say our pens have the flame, la flamme, the flame. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I like marketing. I like perspectives. Maybe I'm a little jealous that I didn't think of it first for one of my videos, because I always think of this pen as sort of being shiny Steinway piano black. But they say it's a flame. The light catches it and it's like a candle. It's like a candle light spreading because it's so finely polished. I mean, the only problem with that is pretty much any pen does that. I mean, you know, here it is again. Here's the flame, the flame. So it's kind of, you know, yeah. That word I cannot say on a family program. It's Boulder Dash. How's that? Boulder Dash. Yes. So, but it got me thinking because, hey, I'm a Montblanc fanboy. I think you guys know that. I adore these pens. So I want to make a case for and against them. First, I need to recognize my good friend David Pearson with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Love NOS other pre-2020 Montblancs, but recent QC issues are keeping me from getting any new ones. Montblanc should raise quality instead of raising their prices. Well said. Thank you for the support of the channel, my friend. I appreciate it and you. Thank you. One of the best and brightest, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have a Montblanc. We have some Montblanc ink. So I really wanted to put black in this, but black ink sometimes doesn't have the flow I would like. So I decided to go with Midnight Blue. I haven't filled this in a while. I haven't filled a pen on the air in a while because it always goes wrong. It always goes wrong. Will it go wrong? So with this, you just basically screw it down. And you'll hear it drinking. Hold on a second. You'll hear it drinking. You can't quite hear it drinking. It's too squeaky. Sometimes you hear it going like... All right. I always prime it a little bit. Make sure that I got enough in there. Yep. Squeeze a little out. All right. Brilliant. Now with this nice pen, you don't want to go scrubbing it. You want to dab. You want to dab it. Make sure that not too much is in, on, or under the feed. Sometimes if you get a drop of ink into your cap that is on your feed or under the fins on the side or something, it will make it seem as if your pen is leaking, when in fact, it was me being sloppy. So, all right, this should be filled if I did my job. I am a fountain pen expert after all. As you saw in my recent video, I am a fountain pen expert. I put a video up with that title. I believe it was the first one to ever use that title as a joke. It's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It was for the duration of that video. I was going to put it behind me, but I'll put the ink back there. Okay, so let's see how it writes. That's the whole point of this. Montblanc 149 with the flame. Look at the flame. I do love this pen though. Look at that. Gorgeous. And the way it feels in the hand. And that gorgeous nib. I love when people call this the diplomat. I love it being tied to diplomacy. I know that JFK used one. I'm a big JFK fan. I like his personal style. This is a fine nib. I have a photo of JFK using this very pen. By the way, I'm working on a new E. You know how your E's go like this? So I've been trying to do these E's that come up, go out here, and then come around. Did you catch that? So instead of just being loopy E's like this, they go up, out, and around. So anyway, Midnight Blue looks good. What do you think? Beautiful pen. This pen was Tom Ripley's focus in the Ripley show on Netflix. It was a symbol of elusive luxury and affluence and sort of the power that comes with having unlimited resources. It was all, everything that Tom Ripley wanted to be was encapsulated, was expressed by this pen. And he lusted after it. And then it was with him for the show. You know the story. So, incredible heritage, incredible design, a fantastic writer. $1,260 is the cost of entry. I cannot, in free conscience, tell you that I think that's a good deal. I think this pen is worth, honestly, $600-700. And I'm putting that in comparison with other pens. I think the Pelikan M1000 is glorious. I feel like the materials are better on the Pelikan. So I think that should be a little bit more expensive than this. The Visconti Homo sapiens Bronze Age has interesting materials too. $920 for that, which I also think is too expensive. I think $650 would be right for this. I would advise you to find it secondhand. Because when you talk about the materials, there's not enough gold on here to even make it that material. I know we say, well, there's gold, so it's worth more. Gold went up. Yeah, but really, I mean, the price of gold here is probably, I don't know gold, but I can't imagine it's that much. And then it's resins, and resins are funny things, aren't they? They're more R&D than they are cost once you make it. So it is well polished. As much as I was making fun of their ad campaign with the flame or whatnot, it is gloriously polished. Very well made, but if you remember, there's a lot of threads and themes through tonight's show. If you remember, the nib was unfinished. Kirk Spear finished this nib for me at the Atlas sidewalk sale. So I can't say that they were painstaking in their QC or in their craftsmanship. So it's not like you're spending $12.60 and you're getting flawless pens. You're getting pens that are made quickly to get out and make money, you know? Some in the comments. Oh, hi, it's Debbie. How are you, Debbie? Always nice to see Debbie. Gold is $5,000 an ounce. Okay, good to know. I just don't know how much gold's in here. You know? Don't know. So I will say something is that, sure, you can find these for $600 secondhand, and they're better if they're older. But most fountain pens don't hold any sort of value. Montblancs do. So there's something to be said for that. This will have some kind of value if you decide that you need to sell it. Oh, I missed a super chat. Mary Mann, how are you? Love Mary. 1999. HJ, hoping not to be tempted to get the Burgundy Montblanc. Not crazy about the black 144 I've had forever. Visiting Copley Place soon for granddaughter's dance expo. Montblanc Boutique right there. Succumb or the Carene? Mary, I don't know. That's up to you. Thank you for the super chat. If you were going to do it, the burgundy is a gorgeous color. I have the Bordeaux, and I love it. And that's from the 90s. It's a 147. So I would celebrate with you, Mary, whatever you decide. Thank you. I appreciate the support of the channel. I really do appreciate it. So thank you. Love Mary. She's awesome. So the pen has a presence. It has a weight. It has perfect proportions. It is one of the most comfortable pens in my hand. I suppose I could post it. I will not, because I don't want to mess it up. I do love the character of the writing. It does have a bit of line variation in the sense that if you keep the nib parallel to the line and then you move it around, you're going to get a little bit because it's wider on the draw down on your line. So very nice. Now that it's finished, gorgeous 18 karat gold nib. Very, very impressive in the hand. I think the piston inside that drives this plunger up and down when you fill it gives it a nice sense of balance in the hand. So I will say that it's mostly a good writer, except that there are QC issues. And this is one of those things. I normally like to only talk about my personal experience. And I do have a story in this case because this was an unfinished nib. And that's how Kirk characterized it when I gave it to him. Beautiful nib, he said. You know, he had the loop on. He's looking at it, gorgeous. He's like, they just didn't finish it. He's like, I'll take care of that right now. So curious, isn't it? So there are QC issues. I hear it all the time. I personally prefer their heritage nibs. You've heard me say that before, like on the Egyptomania. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So very, very impressive in that regard. Now, a big part of the price of this, though, is brand, status, brand perception. Sometimes luxury is exclusivity. An Hermes Birkin bag, you can't get one. That gives it a certain allure. You can get one. You just have to buy it secondhand. These don't feel rare. These feel like they're everywhere. You go to a pen shop, there's 10 of them, minimum. Probably more. You go on eBay, there's probably 15 of them for sale. They're everywhere. You go into any boutique, they almost always have 149s in stock. They're not rare. So you're not paying for rareness or exclusivity. You pay for brand. But is Montblanc a brand you really want to identify with? I guess you have to answer that yourself. When you think of it as a brand, it's kind of a lifestyle brand now. And even their marketing and everything, it doesn't necessarily speak to me as someone who loves fountain pens. Waterman speaks to me. Lamy does when they're not talking about digital writing. But Montblanc, not so much. They're showing leather items. They're showing emaciated teenagers with too much money in expensive places writing with their pens, and celebrities. They're big on celebrities. Maybe that's the turnoff for me. I don't like celebrities. I'm not a celebrity worshiper. So if a brand only offers me celebrities to identify with, that makes me not like it. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. A lot of you hate celebrities too, so that's good. Tim Doc Harper, $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Montblanc, Waterman, my nemesis, my kryptonite, the banes of my existence. HJ, laugh, cry. Tim, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And the kind support. So, yeah, you know, you're not getting me with celebrity. So when I see this pen, I think of the past. I think of John F. Kennedy, the President of the United States, in Germany signing a treaty using this pen. that's the kind of images I like. Not some celebrity, even if it's Wes Anderson, who I actually like, writing with one. That bugs me. Customer service, I had a run-in with their customer service. It didn't go that great, but I would say on the whole, their customer service is pretty good. Even their nibs, they do nib exchanges. If you're not happy with it or you don't like the width or whatever, you can swap it out for something else. So there is that. I think it's time to open something else. I don't know if we can get through everything tonight. Another pen box, guys. Emerson CQC, mini CQC. Oh, Emerson. I love Emerson. My favorite brands. Never cut towards yourself, kids. Ah! No, I'm just kidding. I'm fine. What have we here? Oh, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is like Christmas. Wow. I know what this is. Not entirely sure. I've never encountered one of these before. There we go. Scribo. Scribo. Yes. All right. Now I need to be very careful with the knife next to the 149. Scribo. Ah, there we go. Wow. Wow. Look at that. I guess this is a pen roll? Pretty cool. Like this. Let me get myself off camera. Wow. Scribo, guys. I've never had the opportunity to dig in. I cannot wait to present this. Look at this gorgeous material. Look at this. Look at the fluting. Do you see the fluting? Look at the flame. You see the flame? Wow. Wow. Wow, guys. This is a stunner. Is it piston fill or is it cartridge? I don't even know. I don't even know. I know almost nothing about Scribo. But I can tell you that just holding it in my hand, I can feel the quality. I am over the moon. Over the moon. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. I cannot wait. I love Italian pens. I always see them as slightly mad. Super excited for this. Wow. Thank you, Yoast. Scribo. You imagine how many videos I can make from all this stuff? Pretty great. I wish I could figure out how to get it back together. But it's going to be really great. Wow. Great stuff. Yoast is the man. Hazel. Lovely Hazel. Hi. $10 super chat. Thank you. If buying a Montblanc instantly placed me in a tiny Greek class at an exclusive coast university of secret history, I get one in an instant. It doesn't, so I don't have one. Hazel, well said. And I'm glad you brought that up because it's a fantastic allusion. In The Secret Histories by Donna Tartt, one of my favorite books, as Hazel points out, there's a cup of Montblanc 149s in a glass on the Greek classic professor's desk. Julian, whose last name escapes me at the moment. So what a great comment. Thank you, Hazel. You are awesome. Hazel's very creative. Very, very creative. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone on the super chats. And thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Okay, so let's keep talking, and then we'll open some more. So, yeah, you know the whole precious resin thing. I wrote this down as a talking point. Of course, it's not really precious. I think it's more accurate to call it proprietary resin. It does feel nice and warm in your hands. It has a nice quality to it. But it's still a type of resin. It's still kind of plasticky at the end of the day, right? Shiny, beautiful, black as a Steinway piano. Or what is that? Buzendorfer. As a Buzendorfer. That sounds even better, right? We'll go with Steinway because it sounds like Steiner. Feels kind of warm in your hands when you write with it. It's never clammy. It does have a nice feel, but precious it is not. Precious, I would not characterize it as. I would not use that as justification for the price. I think most of the price is branding. And there's some better values, guys, out there. There is the M1000. I did a whole video on pens better than the 149. I might do 5 more because I have more since I did that. ST DuPont's pretty great. So, but I do love it. I don't want you to feel like I'm picking on them. But I do think that we shouldn't let brands off the hook. We talked about this last week. Montblanc's having serious QC issues. I hear from it all the time. People buy them. They have problems with their nibs. They have false starts. They have skipping, dryness. They need to get them fixed or they send them back. They're frustrated. They're disappointed. It's a lot of money. $1,200 is a lot of money. That's more than some people's rents, more than a lot of things. I mean, yeah. When was the last time you blew $1,200 on one thing, let alone a pen? I don't know. Hold them accountable. Use your warranties. Send it back if there's an issue. Another great wrapping job. Open up another one. CQC cuts through it like it doesn't exist. What have we here? Oh my gosh. Pelikan. Pelicano. Excelente. All right. I do use these to open things up like this sometimes so that the ends don't get gross. Pelikan. What have we here? Okay, there we go. I love it. Oh, wow. Look at this. It's blacked out, guys. Stealthy. Black matte. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is really cool. Oh, yes. I can have some fun with this. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. What a beautiful pen. Is this an 800? It feels like one. Yep. 809. Yep. 809. Blacked out. Look at that. Get off of there. Wow. This is gorgeous. I can already think of a great title for this one because you have black swans. This is a black pelican. So I can do something with that. Gorgeous. Maybe I can do another John Wick video. I had a lot of fun with those. Wow. Yost outdid himself. This is some incredible stuff. I can make some incredible videos out of this incredible black matte Pelikan. I've seen this. I've never seen one in person. I am really impressed. Gorgeous. All right. We have a couple other things to open. I did see a super chat, though. I don't want to miss any, especially from the lovely Rick Harsh, one of my favorite people, with $5 Canadian. Off topic, in policing when directing traffic, people would ask what was going on, and I would say shark attack. I like shark attack. Shark attack is good. Thank you for the generous contribution to the channel. Okay, let's open this. Everyone out there is saying, why is he using a really cool fountain pen? Why is he using a really cool pocket knife to open something he can just tear through? I don't know. It's fun. It's just more fun that way, guys. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I have the thing open. Look at this. Leathery. It feels leathery. Dekempen notebook. Very nice. Wow. Made in Belgium. Fantastic. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this paper. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to get ink on this. What a great color, too. Do you see this? I'm going to hold this up. Look at this. It's kind of neat. It's kind of wide. I like the aspect of it. 17 by 22 centimeters. Made in Belgium by Breppels. Dekempen.com. It lays flat. It's very nice. I'll be laying flat in a little while because I've had a long day. Beautiful paper. Look at this. This is very nice. This would be great at work. This is a great work notebook. I am excited. One more, guys. One more. And by the way, I'm just going to rip it open. Although, here's the mini CQC. It's a perfect size. It's got this thing where it catches on your pocket as you open it, and it the knife is out and ready for you. Oops. You can flick it too if you're good. It's good to go, and it has a nice lock. Very safe. Very slicey dicey. Totally unnecessary for the task at hand. But it's fun. I can't help myself. I'm a big boy with toys. That's all I am. Like a madman with a box. Never forget, I am a madman with a box. Not very ASMR, is it? Okay. Ooh, what is this? Does anyone know? A new car! What is it? Wow, 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 wow. Wow, this is crazy. I didn't know this existed. The suspense is killing me. I hope it will last. It's a Harry Potter Lamies. But it appears to be all of them. That's interesting. Wow. I know nothing about Harry Potter. We talked about this in regards to Ferris Wheel Press. I've always dabbled in, maybe I'll do a video, but I don't like to do controversial stuff. But I will mention things in sort of a educational way. And then we all know about it. So I might do it. I'm kind of piling up on Harry Potter stuff. This is really cool. I didn't know this existed. This is very cool. I am very excited. Wow. Yost Appleboom. Wow. When he sends a box, he goes hard. He works overtime. He does not mess around. I am very impressed. Very, very impressed. We covered a lot of ground tonight. I'm happy. I felt like I gave a good argument. I think if I can critique the job I did tonight, I thought it was fun opening the presents among what I was talking about, but I feel like I could have done the Montblanc 149 stuff in one segment. It would have been a little more powerful. I feel like maybe I stretched it out too much while rotating other things around it, that maybe I didn't make my points as forcibly or as with the kind of certitude as I normally do. It kind of makes me want to make a video about it. So maybe I'll take my show notes and expand it into a script and do a video on it, because I do think it's an interesting topic. should you buy it this year? Is it worth it now? That might be video worthy. So I'm going to take that. I'm glad I shared with you about the Kirk Spear pens. You are the best and brightest. That's why I ask your opinion. You educate me as much as I educate you. So I appreciate that. So let me know if you think I chose good pens to go to Kirk. I'd be curious about that. And if you would also let me know which of the pens that Yost sent you're the most excited about. For me, it's probably the Scribo and the Waterman. That Carene Opera, so choice. So choice. I do recommend it if you have the means. Yeah, fantastic pen. And, of course, Yost sells the Montblanc 149. So you could get one of those too. It's brilliant. Is it worth $12.60? That's really up to you to decide at the end of the day. Your money, your treasure, and what you put it in is purely up to you. So I would never really criticize that. It's just, for me, I think it's too dear. Just too much. The video this Thursday is a review and the organization of my desk and how I use it. And then there will be follow-up thoughts on that when we meet next week, the best and brightest. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers and sisters in fountain pen world. Always delighted to have you here. I hold you all in the warmest regards. I feel privileged that you watch me each week. I'm always trying to make interesting and original content, even as some people copy it and steal my ideas. But that's a nice form of flattery, right? That's kind of me giving back too. I can create things and other people can use it too. So that's a nice thing. Oh, and I should have mentioned, I forgot. I was supposed to be on the Juicy Broads podcast yesterday, but an issue came up with them and I wasn't able to. So they had to reschedule. And I don't know when I can do it again because I was on vacation yesterday and I don't know when I'll have another Monday off. So it's a shame. But I hope to, they're very nice people, and I really hope to have a chance to sit down and chat with them sometime soon. So, thank you all for watching. If I could hug you, I would. But just know that I believe in you, and I want you to stay centered, balanced, focused, inspired, and most of all, writing and creating. So, thank you so much for watching. Catch my new video this Thursday. Consider becoming a member. And if you've listened or watched this far, you have to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will promise you something. We will see each other again very, very soon, further up the road. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.